The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
A lot of you motherfuckers in my mentions hiding, cowarding. You motherfuckers have no guts. I'm tweeting it's a win up 19 and you guys are scared of a Hassan Whiteside-led run? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What happened to the banners? What happened to the champagne? What happened to the parades down Biscayne Boulevard? What the fuck happened to that shit? Why are you guys hiding? Why are you guys in my mentions crying? What the fuck? Cortez went to the game that they lost. You should kind of be ashamed about that. But fuck that. They beat the Jazz, the other team with the best point differential lead. They fucking embarrassed them. And guess who wasn't on national TV again? Guess who was? Get the league's hiding. You know who's not playing them next week? LeBron James. You know why? That motherfucker is once again ducking them. I'm sick and tired of that shit. This guy is always hiding for them. Every time they're good, my man wants to hide. But no, in the bubble, when it was all safe, when AD was hitting those jumpers, you know what was happening? He was playing. He was talking his shit, going with the fuck that shit. This team is winning a fucking title. It's Heat in 5 all the way. They might even win in 4. Fuck Philly. Fuck the Bulls. Those fucking teams are fraud. This team is absolutely obliterating everything in sight. Everything that they fucking touch, except for the Celtics. That thing doesn't count. Everybody that they fucking touch gets disintegrated. Absolutely fucking disintegrated. And every one of you in my mentions scared that I jinxed them, you should be absolutely fucking ashamed of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you were scared of Hassan fucking Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. Absolutely disgraceful. I'm leaving, and you guys have the rest of the fucking weekend to think of yourself before we kick the shit out of Jokic's ass. Heat in 5.
Oh, Heat win! Heat win! Great job, Gianni. Great job. I was one of those people in his mentions talking a bunch of shit. But honestly, that was like the most amateur hour tweet I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, the Heat up by 19 with 4 minutes left. It's not a safe lead. But anyway, the Heat, it was like the opposite of last year. They had a big lead. Jimmy Butler comes back in. Rudy Gobert sits. It's almost like the Jazz were waving the white flag. And Hassan Whiteside leads the fucking comeback of the century. They fall short. The Heat win. They beat a really good Utah Jazz team. I see people in my mentions on the timeline on Twitter trying to act like this is not a good win because they gave them a big lead. Get the fuck out of here. This is a long season, and you have to take all of these wins. They all count the fucking same. This was an awesome game, an awesome win. Tons of fucking fun on a Saturday night. It's drip drop night, everyone. So we're taking shots for subs, I think. Or we're just going to drink like we normally do, and Moose is going to yell like an idiot. It's we love it. I am Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alf954. Welcome into the Miami Heat Beat post-game show. Take me out, Brass. And I'm going to ask you to remember to do this. If you're listening, if you're watching live on Twitch, we love you. Thank you. Follow us. Subscribe. You're the best. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, subscribe. We love you. You're the best. Thank you to everybody watching and continuing to support the program. But if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Like, you lazy sons of bitches. Like, we have more viewers than subscribers. Like, if you're viewing it, just subscribe. Thanks. Hit us up. We love you. All right. So let's go right into it, Brass. Let's find out on a Saturday night, drip drop. Let's find out what everybody's drinking. All right, y'all. We're going to do something different this time. I'm going to ask you what you're drinking, but I also want you to give me your player of the game. All right? So, a little heat talk. Moose? Is it just going to be the same fucking guy for you every time?
I don't know. Let's see. Why don't you come, just go around?
No, go that way.
Okay. We'll start with Moose. We'll start with Siobhan. We'll come back to you, Moose. Okay. I feel like it's going to be Monkey Booty and Herro every time.
I need some time to think about it.
What are you drinking, Siobhan?
I call this ginger butter. It is ginger beer, ginger ale, and this screwball peanut butter whiskey. It's actually really tasty. Player of the game for me. I feel like everyone's gonna take the obvious, so I'll say I enjoyed Caleb tonight.
Yes, reasonable facsimile of Max Strus tonight. Gave you a lot of good minutes off the bench, and honestly, his defense was superb. He blocked that Hassan Whiteside shot at the rim. Unfortunately, it led to a 3 in the corner, but that's not his fault. Yes. Brass, what are you drinking, and who's your player of the game?
I made a drink tonight called a Revolver, which is bourbon, coffee liqueur, and orange bitters. And my player of the night is got to be, I'm going to go with Kyle Lowry, because offensively, he finally balled out his first triple-double in a Heat uniform, and I'm not even sure he did that at all in Toronto. I mean, I don't know.
He's never done that.
Did he ever do a triple-double?
He's never
I don't know.
done that.
I don't think he ever scored a point in Toronto.
Yeah, tonight was his first rebound, first assist,
tonight,
and first point in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
So props to him. I mean, 3 of 5 from 3. Like, yeah, this was finally that good offensive output from Kyle we've been waiting for.
Kenny, your player of the game.
Well, I'm drinking Tito's and orange juice again.
Oh yeah, that too.
I actually enjoyed this time, so I am going to finish this with no problem.
Good for you.
So, in my player of the game, I got to go with Kyle too. I came into this game trying to see, obviously, how they would take advantage of Rudy Gobert. The thing with Rudy Gobert, they have to stop his defensive player of the year, first of all. But the reason for that is they just have him sink to the rim. Obviously, he's an elite rim protector, but it's still pick your poison with him. You either have him switch, and that's a nightmare, or you just give up the jumper. And so I knew Tyler would have big games and Kyle would have big games because those jumpers that they give up that are wide open against Rudy, that's exactly the shots they look for anyway.
They killed Kenny.
Someone said, I haven't been tuning in lately. Who is Kenny? This is Kenny. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, those are the shots they're looking for anyway. And so I want to see how they would fare against Rudy, and it came out exactly the way.
Oh my goodness.
You're supposed to just give your drink and your play of the game. We're moving on, Kenny. We'll be back. Let's come back to your whole defensive breakdown of Rudy Gobert. Goddamn.
We'll get to Kenny's keys of the game later.
I mean, it's like his 5th show. He's already you're like Gianni over here, man. He's playing Rudy Gobert to me. Franky, what are you drinking, and who is your player of the game?
Doing a bourbon and Coke. I was gonna say Kyle Lowry, but you guys already mentioned him, so we're gonna go the other way. Jordan Clarkson, minus 27.
That's like a play the game.
I'm thinking a minus 27 and a 3-point loss. Like that is terrible.
Gosh.
And then he's always trying to fight a Heat player. I hate Jordan Clarkson so damn much.
Light-skinned dudes, bro. They're angry. Maybe it's a lack of respect. I don't know. Light-skinned dudes. I can't stand them. Moose.
Hey.
Siobhan over there whisper like, I can't stand Moose. Listen.
First of all,
go ahead.
I'm celebrating over here with my monkey shoulder on a weekend win, and I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna hit the people one time while I tell you my favorite player. You guys are gonna be surprised because Kyle Lowry really had a fantastic game. But I gotta go with my boy Derek. One time.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh God.
Can't wash down Fruit Loops with fucking
even
bourbon.
Whatever.
That's how COVID started.
Damn.
Let's go before I throw up. That was gross. But I do it for y'all, and I do it for Tyler.
Ugh. That's gross.
Rocks at this point.
But listen, so the Heat beat the Jazz tonight. The Jazz were the number 1 team in the Western Conference. For you to and listen, I know they gave up the big lead, Siobhan, but I mean, for them to even be in that situation, for them to come in against one of the best defensive teams in the league, shoot 60% from the field, kind of make you feel a little bit better about this offense after the debacle against Boston the other night. And we talked about this a lot. We're going back and forth. I feel like when their shot profile starts to trend away from heavy three-pointers and they get into the paint, they use their mid-range, they get to the free throw line, it's a recipe for success.
Yep. Yeah, a couple things involved in all of that, right? First, shout out to Franky. He called it in the pregame. I admittedly had them losing this game, and I don't care to say it. But they started hitting shots again. Like, they looked good. They were making jump shots, and admittedly, they were the shots that they had in the Boston game. But there were just so many other things that looked cruddy during that game. So yeah, for them to have gotten up that much, and then they did let it slip away, but they pulled it out. They managed to finish it, and I think that that's big for them going forward. I think that's kind of a galvanizing type of experience for them to have gone through this early against that type of team. And when they are not force feeding the three, when they're not running their whole offense through that type of scheme, they free themselves up to do other things. My issue hasn't just been with Duncan missing shots or guys missing shots, is the continued forcing of the three when the three isn't going. And so to move away from that, get back to the things that they were doing, and just get back to shot making, they look good for it.
People are asking who's snoring in the back. That's my fat ass dog. Let's see if I can. Can you see her? You see her back there?
Now you
What an angel.
Oh my god.
Fucking.
That's
the beast from the pit of Sarlacc. Anyway, Kenny. So like tonight they shot 21 3-pointers. Against Boston they shot 41. Right. So I want to keep pounding the same point, but when this team gets into the paint, and not just in the paint, because it's not. I was talking to Cooper Moorhead from the Heat. And he was like, yeah, they're scoring underneath the 3-point line, but it's not all in the paint. They're just taking what the defense gives them. They're shooting those mid-range jumpers that the whole league has gone away from. But if it's open and they got it, why not? They were shooting those. They were hitting those. They weren't running a bunch of fucking dribble handoffs for Duncan and forcing Duncan into the offense. And Duncan was 1 for 5 tonight. But my biggest thing, I don't care if he's 1 for 5, as long as the 5 shots he takes are within the rhythm of the offense. And it felt like everybody offensively was taking shots and hitting shots in rhythm.
Yeah, and they were taking the shots they like taking, like I was saying before, obviously at the wrong time. But they were taking the shots they want to take. Tyler was getting in a little mid-range area. Same thing with Kyle. Kyle was just hooping in general. Last game, I don't know why Jimmy took how many threes last game for whatever reason. Oh my god.
My dog looks like Zaya.
Your dog looks in better shape.
Man, you went for a walk today.
Stay focused, Kenny.
Yeah, no,
sorry, Kenny.
It's like Siobhan's been saying all week. They're just not forcing threes, and so that's obviously going to work out in their favor. The two best players can't shoot threes anyway, so I don't know why they were forcing that last game. So it worked out. Simple.
Franky, defensively, outside of that last 4-minute run due to Gianni's tweet, God. I feel like they have just been on this same clip all year defensively. Like that last 5-6 minutes was like their biggest lapse of the game. But I mean, what I want to know, I think you and Siobhan can kind of help me out with this, because I feel like I'm watching it and they're switching so needlessly. I don't understand why they're switching, but it works out because for some reason, Rudy Gobert rolling to the rim against Kyle Lowry isn't an automatic. I would think automatically you're passing to Rudy Gobert there.
And they should have.
And they're not.
No.
So is it the scouting report that they don't trust Rudy with the ball around the rim? Or I don't get it. Explain to me, I'm 5 years old, why the Heat are switching this much.
They love Bam's versatility and they have an over-reliance on it. They love him blowing up the actions in the front, and they still, Kyle's really good at the point of the attack, but I think this is their way of saving him, which I kind of disagree with. Alf's dog battles sleep apnea while it's awake. Which I disagree with, because your counter is having Kyle battle inside with a big man, and I don't understand why Utah wasn't just feeding that inside, forcing it and getting free throws. Even if Rudy's not hitting free throws, you're getting all their guards and small guys in foul trouble, and they should be able to live with that. But the Heat did a great job boxing out Rudy. He only had 8 rebounds tonight. And he had 8 points. He was pretty much a non-factor, the French breadstick, as somebody called him on the timeline. But with Hassan, 6 points, 8 rebounds. Like, they held their big men in check. They didn't get killed on the glass. It was pretty even inside the paint. The Jazz had to hoist a bunch of threes at the end of the game. They shot 45 threes for the game, hit 15 of them, and they hit a couple of them at the end. That was a big part of their run. As the Heat kind of relaxed a little bit. I don't get why they switched so much so heavily early on in the possessions. Like, I feel like if they saved that for like 14 seconds left, 10 seconds left, fourth quarters, switch it up, would be a lot better and would save up their defense a lot. But when you switch so needlessly, this makes it real easy for the offense to get the matchups they want. So I can't explain it because I don't agree with it. So
honestly, like there were times where Gobert didn't even set a good screen, Kenny. Yeah. Like, he didn't even set a good screen, and it was just like they switched anyway. And like, you're watching Kyle and Jimmy call for the switch, which surprised the fuck out of me. It's like that was the game plan. And listen, I guess it worked out because Rudy Gobert got held in check. I mean, I felt like somehow they sealed off the paint with guys like Duncan Robinson down there. But once again, like Bam had 6 rebounds. And we're back. Like, I hope this is not the trend going forward.
So the only reason they did switch too much, but I'm not too mad at it, just because Kyle, he's not a punk down there anyway. So you can't just post him up and just bully him like he's any other point guard. And he is a great rebounder for his size. We saw him tonight with the triple-double. And so I would hope that they still tame the switches a little bit, but I'm not too mad at it tonight.
Moose. Aisha in the chat I'm sorry, Siobhan, but Aisha in the chat pointed out there was one point where they actually got the ball to Gobert on the roll, and maybe this is why they switched. Gobert saw Tyler Herro with his hands up.
Yep. For me, that was the breakdown lesson of the series, of this game, I should say. But it will be a series. This is going to be easily a 5-game series in the finals. I'm really looking forward to it. But Tyler's elite defense against Rudy Gobert, really locking him down there in the paint, I really think that's what made the difference.
It was, and maybe that's why they didn't worry about switching out a small on to Gobert, because maybe these guys just aren't looking for him rolling to the rim.
Well, that's dumb. And that particular play is actually like that play is in my breakdown. But you're absolutely, I agree with every single thing Frankie said. They over switch because they like Bam is still this really nice big shiny toy that they want to play with and use in all of the ways that they want to try to. But yeah, Kyle isn't a punk. He's going to fight down there. But Gobert is 7'1", and I was talking to I think
Gobert
Marco.
Is a punk though.
But it doesn't matter. I was talking.
I was 1'7". Am I right, Kenny?
I was talking to Marco on the timeline, and even if he's getting bumped down below, he doesn't have great base. He's not very strong in the legs. But even if he is getting bumped down there, he's still like a whole 2 feet taller than some people. Just give him the ball. He keeps it. He does a good job of keeping it high too. If he would just get it, turn around, and go up, they should have been able to hit that repeatedly. And I really don't know why they didn't.
I feel like nobody can throw an inside pass anymore.
Absurd.
Like,
everybody's so worried about the 3. Getting it out, they forget that you could throw it the other way too.
Yeah, I mean,
this is not the game I love.
Well, speaking of getting, go ahead.
No, I want to call out some subs because we've got a lot of subs going on.
Here we go.
So let's see. We have Sebastian J39 resubscribed for a month at Tier 1. Says, "Let's go." Eric the Great 539 gave out 5 community gift subs.
Yes, Eric.
Shout out Eric the Great.
Pcone 1188 subscribed with Prime. We have VT Seda gave out 5 community gift subs, and Toad's Wild Rod gave out 1 community gift sub. Oh, and Eric the Great
turn of events
gave 3 more community gift sub.
Hey, love you, Eric.
Man,
shout out to the entire chat. Thank you all. Gonna hit them one time with a drip drop.
Peanut butter whiskey is delicious.
That sounds fucking really good, by the way.
Is it Screwball? What'd you get?
Yes, it is. It's a small thing of Screwball. I can't wait to put in some hot chocolate.
I had when I was in Detroit, I had a peanut butter and jelly old fashioned.
Sandwich? Oh.
Yeah, well, that too. I did.
Yeah.
I had a peanut butter and jelly old fashioned, and I was like, that shit ain't gonna taste like peanut butter and jelly. The motherfucker tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
Delicious.
It was wild. I think they used some peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, maybe they put the shit in the blender. Peanut butter jelly time. Now, speaking of going inside and scoring, let's give the people what they want. The gaga of the game. Okay, we had two. First, we want to call out my man Caleb Martin, who played a fantastic game, I thought.
Yes.
Especially
HML.
defensively.
Oh,
But here you go. While Hassan just watches. God, I mean, this gave me flashbacks of watching Hassan.
We had a close-up view of that for so
Oh
long.
my God, just look at him.
Damn.
Caleb Martin really
And
is
then he
the
looks
most
around
highly
like-
looking guy of all time.
I swear, you said HML. He looked exactly like a Super Senior HML.
He does. Like I can picture him playing at HML for 5 years. And his girlfriend's definitely a freshman, and you're like,
Dale, bro, pull up a 3.
Oh my God. All right, then the second one, I forgot what I pulled or what I called for.
Bam.
Oh, this is this is Bam.
oh yeah.
Just outworking Hassan Whiteside
Oh, yeah.
because, of course,
Yes, of course.
there we go.
That's how he got the job.
That's exactly. That is that clip is just how he got the job. And now this next one is not
No,
necessarily.
we got to see a replay of that.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna see a
gotta-
go
replay
ahead,
of
one more
that.
time.
That one.
Actually, a
see
few
that
more
enough.
times. Go ahead.
Play that on a loop.
Oh, look at my man. Look at Hassan.
Just,
Just
Oh my
lazy.
God.
Just
it's so frustrating. Even, like, now that he's still not with us, it still frustrates me.
Look at his feet.
Terrible feet. God, he has really bad feet.
He twisted
And
the
honestly,
wrong way.
he tried to give Bam the and one, but he's just so uncoordinated.
Missed the foul. Like, it takes a lot of effort to twist back the way that he went. He should have just kept going with.
He makes it so.
And he's bitching. Look, he's trying to blame it on someone else at the end there too.
That's
watch
what I was
watch
just gonna
Hassan's
get to,
watch Hassan's
Yeah.
face.
But that's after everything that he fucks up.
Yeah.
What y'all doing out front?
Come on, y'all. It's a cold world. Bundle up.
I love that after all that, he still manages to dunk in the fourth quarter down like 8, and he's like, ah!
Yeah, right.
Listen, he led that comeback. I do want to say my man led the comeback. So, but we also have one more play. It's not a gaga because it's not a dunk. But honestly, this was the play of the game right here. Once again, Caleb Martin just showing the athleticism. My God.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? Like that was like the worst pass Kyle threw all game. And somehow Caleb somehow finishes that. And honestly, the thing I like about Caleb is like on a bench that lacks a lot of athleticism.
Yep.
He comes out there and gives you a bunch of speed and hustle. And I'm not sure if he's earned a rotation spot if Strus comes back, but I just like the fact that, I mean, when he's out there, the Heat are more athletic, they're faster. They have a guy that they can put at, because there were possessions that they put him at point of attack to stop Donovan Mitchell. And he didn't do the greatest job ever.
Look at
Donovan
Kyle.
Mitchell scored 30.
Look at Kyle with the kick.
Well, I'm
after the
also
pass.
so excited to have a guy like Kyle on this team making passes like that. We haven't seen passes like that since the Big Three on this team, and this is happening on a consistent basis. He makes these passes every game.
Well, James Johnson used to do passes like that, and they would go into the third row.
Well, right.
Now, see,
Yeah, these
Kyle
end up
has-
in highlights, not lowlights.
Kyle has a little bit of a tendency to overthrow the pass just a bit, like that
Little
one,
bit.
Yes.
and some of the ones he did in Boston. But I'm cool. Like shit, overthrow it if you. that's
at
how
least
it's gonna
try.
end up.
At least
Right.
try.
Right.
Yeah.
Deep ball.
Alf, if you don't mind, I just want to give Caleb, some praise here. I'm really glad that we showed that clip because I know I went with Tyler as my player of the game, and I always will. Let's be honest. But this game for me, Martin was such a besides Jimmy and Bam, obviously, but he was such a difference maker. Siobhan and I all last year were saying we were missing that DJJ off the bench, someone that's just going to give us some hustle, some defense, and then some baskets just to kind of keep the game going, keep it all moving so we don't lose the momentum. We didn't have that last year. You said it yourself. We didn't have athleticism off the bench. We finally have a piece like that this year, and we're seeing it step up now with Strus out. To your point, hopefully he can still have some type of role when Strus comes back, because he's thoroughly impressed me just with the energy on both sides of the ball, and that's something that you can never have enough of on your bench.
I mean, guys, they put him out there to close.
Yeah. Well, he earned it. He earned those minutes tonight.
Yeah, that's effort. That's like,
and Duncan was nowhere to be found because he just didn't. He didn't have it when Duncan's not hitting the shot. I mean. And Caleb's playing the way he played, and he's playing that point of attack defense. I at one point I was like, they need to bring PJ in because they were just a little bit too small out there. But listen, they pulled out, and PJ started coming in for defensive possessions at the end of the game. But it wasn't Caleb they pulled Tyler on the defense on the defensive end.
PJ was giving them some good minutes.
I thought PJ was giving them good minutes.
He always does.
Yeah.
But they were hunting Tyler defensively. Donovan was looking for that motherfucker with a flashlight all night long. Like, where is Tyler Herro?
Screen.
And sinking some deep threes. He had some nice shots tonight.
Donovan's gonna mount Tyler's head on his wall like a hunting trophy. That shit he cooked his ass today.
But my man, and Tyler hit a few shots over Donovan too. So let's not get it twisted.
Not just a few. He had a lot.
He went toe to toe, 29 points. Like, that's the thing about Tyler this year. You might get him a few times, but he's coming right back at you. Like,
there's no might. You will get him a few times.
Yeah.
What's that clip? It's like, we was a little nervous too, but I got that thing on me as well. So you
will get got. All right. Next thing, let's go to because we're almost at the 30-minute mark, and I definitely want to get to this. Let's get to Bond's breakdown.
Oh, hold on. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Like 3 offense and a defense, kind of interspersed, but just some things that I liked to see today. The first is pause. This Duncan action, starting him way away from the ball, having some other action on the near side of the floor, and then bringing him to the ball. Go ahead. He tries to hold that screen a bit too long for my taste, and I think that's what throws the timing off for when he was supposed to pop up. And Joe Ingles does a really good job of staying with him. I don't know what. Yeah, the shot Jimmy didn't make the shot, but I just liked using Duncan in a different way on a different side of the floor with some action away from him. We talk a lot about weak side action, and can you run it one more time? We just talk a lot about weak side action, and I think it was fun for me to see them move him away, bring him, and then try to use him other ways. You can go to the next one. What was this? The last possession of the second quarter, right? Bam was playing a bit with it out top. They get kind of, I guess, the switch that they want to get. If you play it again, Kyle lingers. If Kyle doesn't linger in the lane, pause. If Kyle moves after that screen, I think he opens some things up or just relocates. Him waiting a bit to leave, I think, clogged the lane just a bit longer than it needed to be. And then Bam had to make, what ended up not being a great pass. I like just seeing Bam willingly handle the ball in this possession. Yeah. I just wanted it to, of course, just be a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, he knew as soon as he let that ball go too.
Yeah.
I hope Jimmy isn't in the dunker spot next time they run
go ahead,
something
do
like
it again.
this.
Let me see that.
Because look at his man.
That fucks the spacing up. He shouldn't be over there. Yeah, absolutely.
There's nowhere for him to go in the paint.
sure. But now he's trying to set that screen for PJ. And I get that thought. If it's a better pass, maybe they have that. If PJ comes up a little bit and is not deep corner, maybe Bam gets that to him. The next one is that play that we've been talking about. Pause. It's a play that we've been talking about. It's what Franky talked about in the pregame. Miami do this thing where like they have decent containment and then they randomly double for no reason. So go ahead, they double, but then fucking Utah gets the ball where it should have been. Pause. Rudy should have just gone up. Like, I don't understand. Right? It's like 9 foot 11.
Coward, bro.
That's mouse in the house a bit. You don't even have to get physical. You don't have to do any post move, any post work. Catch it.
That's why he's never once won Opoi.
But one more time, I think I too, like, right in pause. Like, why? Why are we committing Dedmon and Caleb to the ball right here? Stuff like that. And they do this not infrequently. Like, they do this often enough. And I really don't get it. You can go ahead. And then the last one.
This is why we said the French are cowards in the pregame.
The last one. This is something that I enjoyed seeing. Pause. Right? I'm talking again in the Boston game, not hunting the proper switches. And there was a debate about whether or not Kyle versus Al Horford is a good switch. Kyle's not trying to get all the way to the basket, but you just get a big guy kind of going side to side a bit. This is your depoy. He doesn't have good feet, but I just like seeing Kyle take the onus of trying to create something against their big. Go ahead. Gives him some moves. Again, doesn't get to the basket, but gets enough separation to where he can get a shot off. Like, if we are having trouble against switching defense, then I think we need to hunt better switches out. And like, why not do this more often?
All you got to do is stop short on Gobert, and he's lost.
But that's a lot of bigs. That's a lot of bigs though, because they feel like they have to like speed themselves up. They have to overreact to the direction that you're going in, because they know they're not quick. And so you stop on a dime. You're going to get them leaning enough to where you can get some space.
Someone call him Baguette Whiteside.
Great job, Bon.
Great job, Bon.
Guys, I got a question. Real quick, Moose.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Kyle is a lock for Rookie of the Year?
Definitely.
First time doing it.
He's playing like he's
been basketball before.
So confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Is he the oldest rookie in the NBA history?
I think so.
He's
never done this before.
Him or like one of those Europeans that comes over late in their career.
Like 28-year-old rookie.
Like Arvydas Sabonis. Came over, he was like 38.
Prigioni for the Knicks a couple years ago.
I'm pretty sure that was the goaltender. That guy came in for Team USA. I have a quick question, actually, Brass. If you don't mind, can you pull up that clip again? I have a question for Siobhan. The one, obviously, where my guy stops Rudy Gobert in the paint. But I had
the last play?
The second one?
No.
Second to last one. So I just had a question. I did have a question about it, and Siobhan, if you could just help me out. So if you could stop it right. No, this isn't the correct play.
Second to last play.
That was a play.
Let's play this again.
Okay, right here. Yes. If you don't mind, just pausing it right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I see, Siobhan. I just want to know what you see. So obviously, Rudy Gobert, whatever, defensive player, has the ball there. But what I see is a young drip drop, a young phenom there under the basket in perfect defensive position, ready to stop him and clearly going to block the ball there. To me, that looks like perfect defense.
I mean, he's perfectly positioned. That's good defense for his size. Rudy should have caught the shit high, kept it high,
and dunked on his ass. Like,
really? No, he should have dunked on his ass, fully extended. But
coward. So he's
all I'm saying is, I think that he can stop anybody.
Tyler should have taken the charge there, if we're being honest. But
I mean,
he went to Kentucky and not Duke.
He stopped.
But I mean, Rudy was ready to pass that shit as soon as he caught it.
As soon as he caught it,
he's like, he saw Tyler Mutombo down there.
Brick wall.
Like, nah, I don't want that smoke.
He stays away from the whites in Utah. So.
But we were talking about Tyler's mentality this year earlier, and this is what Siobhan was referencing.
Definitely concerns me a little bit, you know what I mean? But, I packed that thing too. So you come around this way, you will get caught.
I can't believe you found that.
I had that saved, ready to go.
Oh my god!
Once again,
It concerns me a little bit, you know what I mean? But, you know, I packed that thing too. So you come around this way, you will get caught.
Yes.
I can't wait for
Get him on
Brass.
Hangover Time?
I can't wait for Brass
Jackson
to
with
do
that
a
guy.
deep fake with that.
God,
And Tyler Hero, you will get caught.
I don't know about
Don't
that.
put Tyler over that. That's
Yeah, I'm
no problem.
terrified.
That's how I did it.
That
You
is
know.
perfect. I'm upset
People
that
have seen-
you had that stowed away.
Yeah, that was
Shout out to
fantastic.
Frankie. Frankie said that to me. And I was like, I will load that shit up immediately.
That is hilarious.
So I got a question for all y'all. I'm gonna start with Kenny because I feel like I haven't heard Kenny talk in about 15 minutes. After that Boston loss, I feel like a lot of us were like, "Man, are the Heat for real?" I mean, I wasn't. I'm not a coward, but I think a lot of the fan base was like, "Are the Heat for real?" Like, because what it felt like. And me and Bond talked about this on the timeline. It was like, holy shit, they look like 2020, 21 Heat. Force feeding Duncan Robinson, can't get in the paint, can't break anybody down off the dribble, can't do shit. A switching defense. They panicked and reverted to last year. Does a night like tonight where they play against a team like the Utah Jazz, a much better team than the Boston Celtics, are you back in the frame of mind that this Heat team is probably the best in the Eastern Conference?
Well, that mind frame never went away from me because last game was just weird. There's no other way to put it. Nobody can make anything. There was nothing really point out. It was just a rough game. And so I didn't really understand the overreaction by anybody pretty much. Duncan's not shooting 17 threes again this year, I don't think. Jimmy shot, 5 threes last game? That's not happening again.
Oh, God.
It was just an overall weird game. And so this didn't change my mindset at all. I had it as a win. I just wasn't on the pregame. But no, it's still Heat in 5 no matter no matter who they play against. I feel like it's a championship team. That didn't change last game.
Moose, have you changed your mind at all, or was your mind changed and back? Are you a coward? What's going on?
My stance has never changed. All right, Heat in 5, drip drop, Coach of the Year, 6th man, maybe MVP. Who knows? But yeah, Brass, take me out. I don't even want to waste my time on this.
Vaughn, which is more indicative of what the Heat are this year? Because last game they shot more 3s and 2s for the first time all season. This game they were backed out 21 threes when Duncan Robinson shot 17 on Thursday night. Like, are you convinced that this is the Heat team we're going to see for the rest of the season?
I want to be. I think it really depends on opposing teams' defenses. It's Heat in 3. Y'all get your math right. Sure. Yep. You got to win at least 4, but Heat in 3. I like it. I don't know. I want to say yes. Yes, Fez. That box is old as hell. No,
Tyler.
I want this to be the team. I want the first 5 or whatever games to be the team that they are. I do get worried though when the game slows down, when playoffs come, when they get against smarter defensive teams, bigger, stouter teams. What will they look like when Kyle misses games? What will they look like? What have they figured out offensively that they can do to not look like last season when they don't have their point guard in? I want this to be them. I hope that it's them. But I think we will see kind of like what they look like in Boston a few more times this season.
That's totally
Take me out.
fair.
It's a long season.
That was for the viewers. That was for the YouTubers.
I mean, yeah, I think we're Kenny, like you were saying, it's going to happen again, right? And of course it is because it's a long season, like you said. Like you're going to see games
team.
But it depends. Like at the end of the day, it's like, what do we believe, Frankie, is our identity?
I mean,
go
ahead.
No, go.
I wouldn't take too much from it with that Boston game. Sometimes you play a lottery team and they just smack you in the mouth because you're not prepared for them, and I think that's what happened. It didn't look like they scouted them at all. They just weren't prepared for that team.
They just woke up and came to the gym.
Yeah,
they were distracted by those fucking jerseys.
I said last time the best Heat teams in history have lost to terrible teams.
Yeah.
Like it's not, and Heat culture doesn't mean you're going to win, Listen, I mean, the best record in season history was in 2013, right? I think 66 wins.
Yeah.
Listen, man. So it's one
there
of those.
There was some bad. There's
some horrible losses even.
Listen,
back
the
then.
fact that they beat, like Gianni said, early season Magic. Holy shit, right?
Yeah. I'd take.
Listen, but they're smacking the good teams, though. They're
Yeah,
smacking the good teams. And to me that means a lot more. I know we obviously should beat the bad teams, but those I don't really I'm not too concerned about those. But listen,
those are definitely motivated for too.
Sure, but right, and I think you need some of those. If you roll, look at the fucking Warriors, right?
Right.
I mean, they had the best season record in history. They lost to the fucking Cavs.
I think
it's not my franchise.
To that Heat team, that 27-game win streak, as much fun as it was detrimental to them going into the playoffs. They were fucking gassed.
Yeah.
And they even said it themselves. They go, hey, by the time we had the finals, that 27-game win streak really took our legs out.
Yeah.
No, and that was with young guys. This is a team with two of their starters are 35-year-olds. They have to.
No. Rick Ross said they got a young team.
Oh my god.
No, but it's gonna happen. None of us really expect this team to compete for the 1 seed. So they can get as many of these wins early as possible, so they can rest on the back end when their schedule gets easier, and they can start resting their vets on back-to-backs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I think their schedule was the hardest or second hardest so far coming out the first few weeks.
Yep.
7-2.
And so the fact that they're getting all these wins, that's enough for me. Yep. So that one game against Boston definitely doesn't bother me at all. I expected them to be a little worse than this, so it's fine.
I think it's for me just the way that they looked losing to Boston. You couldn't catch
Yeah.
balls.
They looked like they didn't
were
care.
getting pushed around.
For sure.
It looked nasty. And
but it was nothing went right for them at the same time.
They didn't help things go right. Catch the ball.
Exactly. It was everything. They couldn't even do the little things of catching the ball, setting screens and everything. Yeah. That's why I didn't take too much from it. It was a wake-up call.
Passes.
And so I think Coop said it, but now the Heat have their Spo has their attention.
Yeah, and he has a tape. He has a tape to show them when you guys get. I don't think it was lazy, because one of the things Nikias got on us in the chat about saying that Heat lacked effort, because it's hard to gauge effort, right? But when they start reverting to that chucking up three shit, Spo has a tape. He has the box score to show 41 threes. Y'all got y'all ass whooped. Had your lowest scoring game of the season, chucking up threes. How about we stop doing that shit?
That's
How
not
about
even
we never do that
supposed
shit
to be
again?
able to put to them, though. You let them shoot 41 threes.
I said, y'all got your ass whooped.
I didn't. You lost, not I. Who the fuck is we kind of shit. Going around the league tonight, the Celtics just lost to the Mavericks, so it just shows you how stupid fucking basketball can be. Like overreacted. We beat the brakes off the fucking Mavericks, and Boston loses to the Mavericks. Like, listen, 82 game season, everyone needs to calm down. The Sixers won tonight, so they still stay ahead of the Heat in the East. You guys, we were making fun of Philly. We were dogging.
We're still gonna make fun of Philly. I don't give a shit.
Fuck that.
But we've been dogging the shit out of Philly. Ben Simmons or not, these dudes are balling right now.
Yeah,
Weren't they
Ben
1 and 2 at some point?
I don't give a shit. No, fuck that team. All right. Do you see who's on the cereal box right now? He is
Ben
balling.
Simmons, Gene Simmons, Robin Gibbons. I don't give a fuck if he's fine.
They got the wrong Curry. All right. If they get the other Curry, then I'll be afraid of them. This guy, no, I like Seth, but I'm not afraid of him in a fucking playoff series.
That's fair.
And they beat the Bulls tonight. And
what was that score?
114-105.
That was when Joel tried
in
to
Chicago.
punch Lonzo.
Tried to end Lonzo's life.
Oh my
Lonzo
God,
died
that
tonight
clip!
on the
Holy
court.
shit!
Press, can you pull that clip up?
Oh Jesus Christ! Someone
It's in a
sent it to
group
me.
chat.
Yeah, somebody send
Do
this.
it.
Somebody.
He loves on the fly producing like this.
Oh my god, that was so great though. It was fucking
Nothing pisses Brass off.
I know.
Yeah, I got it.
Look at his face.
I got it, Brass. I'll send it to you now.
Thanks.
I just redropped it.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
Good job. Great job.
I got it,
man,
Frankie.
it's
Filler.
go ahead, play that shit. Because Joel just fucking wants.
It's gonna
to
take me a
celebrate.
while to get it.
It's got to load. He's on dial up.
That's why I'm trying to like talk. And he's
Got my
talking about
Netscape going.
He's
And
like,
then like was confused why he got the tech. Like, yeah, no, we know you didn't intentionally try to knock him out, but like,
But
you
he
know,
was like,
you almost
but if he
did.
was this close.
If he connected though, what happens?
Oh, that's a
Ron-
Lonzo's dead.
That's a suspension.
yeah.
That's
that
a
would've been
suspension.
so
That's a
bad.
Netflix doc in like 10 years.
Brass is like, I'll take Lonzo making that sacrifice to get Joel out.
Yeah, it's good content. Good content.
I'd rather it be Caruso, but
Aw.
Why do you hate Caruso so
I
much?
hate
The thing
Caruso
about
so
Caruso
much.
is as soon as he stopped being a Laker, I stopped hating him.
Yeah, same.
No, I still.
Now he's just a plucky young Elber Fudd out there.
Caruso is one of the few words that I have muted. Caruso, Raptors, anime. I think
your drop.
in Lakers and maybe even LeBron. Like I mute that shit.
I should have
Can't
muted
take
that.
it.
That's the
No,
weirdest. fan
he
base
was
ever.
annoying when every time he would
Weirdos.
dunk, it would lead Sports Center.
Oh my
Like-
god.
Oh, yeah, that's
That
exactly
wasn't
why I did it. As a matter of fact, I even muted the NBA account, like the official NBA account. Really, I'm not even kidding, because like for a long time it was like 3 times a week they'd be posting Caruso dunks and shit like that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
He finished with 2 points and he's got a highlight on the NBA Twitter.
It's ridiculous, man.
What do you think about this West Coast trip coming up?
5-0. I don't even know how many games there are.
I can't wait to be on here at 3:00 in the morning.
Ugh.
First of all, I took some
Nuggets,
PTO
Lakers
days for next week, so I'm
Nuggets,
ready.
Lakers, Clippers, Jazz again.
At least they get the night off.
The Nuggets is going to be the toughest. The Nuggets are going to be tough.
Nuggets are going to be a tough game, yes.
Bam
Well,
never
play-
plays that. Oh wait, here's a clip, by the way.
Win, right? He was just out of the eight. Oh wow! I tell you what, no one ever accused Ron.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
No,
my-
First time I saw it, I thought he
That
hit
was
it.
intentional.
I think it what no, I don't think he was intentional.
No,
I think he grazed
hit it.
him.
It was
I think he grazed him.
He grazed his hair. If Lonzo didn't have all that hair, it would have been a clear.
That's
it would have been
true.
clear space between.
Let's see it again. I think she's right. I think she's
He
right.
got-
I got to
he
see it
caught
again.
hair.
Win, right? He was just out of the eight. Oh wow! I tell you what, no one ever accused Ron.
That
The curl
overhead
moved.
view is
He didn't
The
terrible.
curl moved.
Man.
No, the curl moved. She was right. The curl moved.
Dude.
He got
Jesus.
hair.
Nah, if he connected, there's no way Lonzo's
Yeah, that was
staying
Oh, not
standing.
at all.
That's that Ron Artest. Who did he elbow on the fucking side of the
Harden.
head?
Harden.
Oh yeah, Harden.
Yeah.
Been gaining 5 pounds a year
I'm a
since.
statue.
I remember the memes of Harden's head being indented.
Oh,
That shit was so
yeah.
good.
Listen, Fez is right. Like, guts is one thing, but Fez is right. Denver is always an L.
Well, I wanted
Yeah.
to make that point. To be fair, that is the toughest place on your body to go play because of the altitude.
Yeah.
It destroys you. And when you only have literally less than 24 hours to adjust to that,
Yeah.
I mean, you're already playing at a massive disadvantage. So am I going to say it's an automatic L? Kinda. That's just.
Are they playing Denver on a back-to-back?
No.
I hope not. That
Because
would be totally unfair.
that's what it always was. You'd play the
What-
Lakers
yep.
or Clippers, and then next night they put their ass in Denver on a back-to-back. It's like,
But they played tonight, and so they're traveling tomorrow, and then so it's
Yeah.
essentially like
Yeah.
close
No, but
enough.
Bob-
They
what
like
I'm saying,
just
it
take their
used to
oxygen
be-
tanks off and then have to
it
fucking
used to
suit
be
up.
Clippers, and then fly to Denver and play Denver the next night.
Yeah, no,
Then
that
take a
sucks.
night off and go play the Lakers.
Right.
It made
But I
no
tell you though,
sense.
if we beat Denver,
Oh,
Championship.
let me tell you.
let's go!
What is happening?